What do you do when your ex had sex with someone on your break? Hi there, men's dating coach Harry Wilmington here, founder of IntrovертDatingSuccess.com, and today I'll be reading a message from a man who just can't get out of his head the fact that his girlfriend hooked up with another guy when they were on a break, and how you should react should a similar situation occur. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when a new daily episode is available. Also, check out the links in the description to download my free ebook, Texting Like a Boss, and to show your support by clicking on the tip jar link, both of which can be found at the website as well. And now, let's check out that clip. On to this next question. This one is titled, "We Were on a Break." And I laugh because I remember watching the show Friends when Ross and Rachel took a break, and that whole through line of like Rachel being mad at Ross for hooking up with another girl while they were on a break. And my thought was like, what is that about? Like, you have no rights. But now this is this guy's situation. So it goes like this. He says, "At the beginning of the summer, my girlfriend and I broke up. It was a long distance thing, and I didn't feel like I could do it anymore. However, over the summer, I realized how much she meant to me and how much I love her. And through all that, the distance seemed trivial. Luckily, we talked about it and we are building back our relationship." All right. So I just want to jump in. We're not done with the question yet, but I just want to jump in and say I'm not a big fan of long distance relationships in the first place. So this guy breaking up with her initially, I think that was actually a good idea. Like, I don't believe wholeheartedly that the probability of any guy being in a long-term relationship and having it work is that high. So there's going to be some people that'll say, but my situation, and I was dating somebody long-term and long distance and we still managed to make it. And now we're together. And that's great. But this show is about probability. And so it's been shown in statistic after statistic that the majority of long-distance relationships do not work out. Why? Because inevitably, you're going to want to have the person that you like be near you. And so if you're not willing to move, and this other person's not willing to move, and both of y'all are sexual beings that want to have touch at some point, and, I know people will say, like, well, we could just fly to each other or drive to each other, but realistically, think about like this year. Think about this year where, like, for the first 3 months, we couldn't fly anywhere because of a virus that was happening, okay? So, but somehow, you're supposed to still, like, want to be with that person despite not being able to touch them, take them out on dates, have a good time. Like, that's not realistic probability-wise, which is why it's such a high statistic of long-distance couples that break up. However, in the vein of being honest, she has told me that she had been with another guy while we were broken up, someone she knew in high school. I don't know how this conversation came up, but what will typically happen in these scenarios is the guy, thinking that she wouldn't have done anything, feels confident that he can just ask her, "Hey, so while we were broken up, did you date any other guys to hook up?" And expect to get a no answer. And this is by far the dumbest question you can ask a girl, because during a break by definition means you guys were not with each other. You guys broke up. She was no longer with you. And I'll read a little bit more, but like, she's trying to move on. And in the process of moving on, she might start dating other people and might have some hookups. And you just expect that to happen, especially if you're going after an ex. Expect that your ex probably hooked up with some other people. I know the few times that I've tried to get back with exes, I already have in my head. I don't want to ask. I don't want to know, because I know they probably hooked up with some people just like I probably hooked up with some people. And now that we're back together, unless there's like an STD in there somewhere or some cataclysmic stuff happened, like she got inappropriately sexed up against her will, I'll say, then that's not a conversation that needs to be had. Like, you don't need to know that personal business of hers because you guys were not together during that time. She wasn't cheating on you. She can do what the heck she wants, just like you can. And I'm so tired of guys having this double standard whereby it's okay if we hook up with somebody during a break, but if she doesn't, oh my God, how could she? They got sex drives too, guys, so get over it. Let's see. While I'm not exactly thrilled by this, we were broken up and she was moving on. I'm trying not to be angry about this, but I just can't help myself. I know I have no right to be angry. You don't. And that I only have myself to blame, but I can't help myself. Every time I think about it, my chest gets tighter. This isn't something that will ruin the relationship. I know that about myself, but I want to move past it. So my advice is this. I think sometimes as guys, our egos get wrapped up in us being the best thing a girl ever had. Like, I'm the best guy she's ever dated. I'm the best guy that's ever sexed her up. And I'm the only guy that she would want. And then even when we broke up, she was still crying for me because I'm the best thing in her life. And guy, you need to get over that, because that is emphatically not true. Realistic wise, if you're dating a girl and you dump her, she will eventually find someone new. And I know we like to think, oh, she's probably been, we dated when we were like 25 and it's been 10 years later, but she never found another person. No, she found somebody or she's hooked up with somebody more often than not. Girls typically have a lot of choice of options for guys. Somebody probably hooked up with her. She's probably got male orbiters also around her that have been waiting for her to be single to hook up with her, like her friend from high school. it's just going to happen. So you got to get over it. You just got to get over it. And you got to not let your ego be so tied to this fact, because now that she's back with you, she's probably not thinking about that as much as you are. But the more you start trying to bring it up, well, so did you really have a good time hooking up with that high school guy? And was he better than me in bed and this and that? The more she's going to see it's on your mind, the more you're going to look insecure, and the less attractive she's going to be to you, to where she's going to be the one breaking it off with you. So learn to get over yourself, guys. If you're breaking up, just assume. Just assume. We're adults here. Assume she's probably getting her rocks off somewhere else. And it's totally fine that she did that if you guys are not together. Now that you've heard from me, I'd like to hear from you. How would you feel about your ex having sex during a break? If you're watching on YouTube, leave your comments below or write me at harrywilmington@gmail.com. Are you ready to learn killer icebreakers that attract women on dating apps? Go to introvertdatingsuccess.com right now to watch my free video training, How to Get Attractive, Feminine, Emotionally Stable Women Dying to Respond to Your First Messages on Dating Apps without using sleazy pickup lines, which will give you key secrets to sparking attraction and conversations with women online the smart way. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video, and catch new episodes 7 days a week on YouTube and anywhere else podcasts can be streamed. In the meantime, check out some of the other awesome episodes on this page so you can better learn how to attract women and still get your precious alone time. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.